Is up, guys? HTG Brian here, back with more LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is level 12, So Uncivilized. Free play! All 6 Kyber bricks will be accounted for after we completed this. We're going to get that true Jedi status, and we're going to find all 5 mini-kits and ring off a handful of challenges. That's right, there's actually one particular challenge that I struggled with tremendously, but it was really just because I was not in the know, and that's what I'm here for, to show you what to do so that you don't find yourself in the same situation as me. Now, Thumbie helpful tip down below in the video description. We do have those quick links. Now, the challenges. One is for Attack of the Droids. Defeat 5 battle droids, 4 Magna Guards, and 5 super battle droids without dying once. It's important to note that because if you do die, it's going to default and fail you on completing that challenge. So, beyond that, the other challenges are pretty easy. We'll show you those once we get there, but I just wanted to point that out because I struggled with this one on a whole nother level that we'll talk about in a minute. So, hey, when you guys are ready, go ahead and choose Uncivilized Free Play, and let's jump right in. Now, keep in mind, this is free play, so all cutscenes and non-essential gameplay has been removed. And here we are. We're going to jump right into a battle with Grievous. Now, all right, so as I take on this battle, I want to just kind of share this with you. I actually played this level 6 times. Not because I thought it was my favorite level or because I was having fun with it. It's because I kept failing the challenge for taking out all those droids without dying. Now, I wasn't dying. That's the thing. However, my AI partner was, and I thought that was the problem. But it turns out that was not the problem at all. There's actually some hidden bots. So I was taking out everything that spawned, or so I thought. But it turns out there's a whole little group that kind of pops up out of nowhere, and I'll show you those once it's time. But just keep in mind, you cannot let your own meter get depleted, or it will fail this challenge. So if you do die, you're going to have to restart the level over again. All right, after we take out Grievous's first meter, he's going to run up top, and we're going to leave him there and grab all of the mini-kits before we knock him down. So we're going to jump down behind us, down into that lower area there. But before we do, we're going to take out all these droids because I was worried that maybe one of them would take out my secondary player while I was down there. But I got a trick for that too. Guess what? We're going to trap one of our guys down here in a hot second. So jump down below in this lower right area here. We're going to go ahead and slurp up a purple stud. That's right. We're also going to go make our way to the end of the ramp here and carve out a spot in the wall. This is going to remove this doorway and reveal a mini-kit. Woo to the who. Pretty awesome stuff. Collect it, and then we're going to climb up the ladder right behind us and go to the other side. Now, you might notice I'm toggling to my second player. Because I'd played this so many times, Tyler P., a guide writer, and I were trying to figure out why this wasn't working for me. So I thought maybe it had something to do with maybe like player 1 was dying at some point as a secondary character. Like, so I toggle from player 1 to player 2, and then player 1 dies. That's what we were thinking. So we came up with this plan. Let's go ahead and solve this puzzle with R2. And as long as you don't switch to a human, R2 actually gets stuck down here because he can't climb a ladder. So leave R2 down here. Now, he does respawn later once we get back into the battle with Grievous, but he is safe down here to continue and get all the rest of the mini-kits. So this is kind of like an extra step to do to make sure that your secondary character doesn't get his block knocked off. All right, make your way back up the ladder, and we're going to switch to Commander Cody, because we have a terminal on the left side pillar here around the corner that we're going to need to get our beep boop bop boop beep boop on. That's right. So go ahead and follow the arrows in the order they are. For us, it was up, down, up, right. Yours is likely going to be different. Once you completed that, we're going to toggle over. Actually, psych, we're going to switch characters. I don't want to say toggle too much because that's going to confuse y'all. You're going to switch characters to a Jedi or somebody with a saber that can climb this wall here. Once we get all the way to the top of the gold saber climb, there's a couple of handhelds we can jump up to, and then eventually a zip line that we're going to zip on down. And on the ledge behind us, there's actually a mini-kit just waiting to be collected. So we're going to swoop on down. Now turn around, run, and grab this up. Now do not jump off the ledge. Stay up here, because there's another mini-kit right around the corner, and it's real easy to get as long as you stay up here. It's pretty easy to get if you don't stay up here, too. If you fall off or whatever, there's a net launcher wall right below us, right there to the left. And we're going to switch to a character who can use the villain terminal In our case, it happened to be Luke. Look at that. Such a villain. All right, repeat the process here. Ours was right, up, down. Yep. No, sorry. Right. Yeah, up, down. I had it right. Then you're going to simply wait until a silver TIE fighter transitions its way down through. It'll give you the prompt to go ahead and throw a grenade. So turf one up there, watch it explodey, and puke out some bricks that we can build up into a Minikit. All right, we'll grab that. Woo to the hoo. All right, one left. All right, yep, see, one left. This one's pretty easy, too. It's a little time-consuming, though. You got to run back out here and hop in one of these turrets. There's actually a turret over to our left as well. And then you have to take out 5 enemy ships. They're really slow, and they kind of come at funny angles. In fact, I miss one on its first pass by, and I have to wait a little bit longer to catch it on its second flyby. You can see here we got 2 of the 5, and I believe those are the vultures. Can somebody correct or confirm that down below? That would be super helpful. There we go. We got another Velcha. And there's the other one. Oh, he snuck right on by. Now, you do have a little bit of auto-aim. It sort of compensates and chases after once you lock in. But until you do, those bullets are a-straying. All right, here he comes. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Come on. There he is. All right, we'll go ahead and swoop him up. 4 out of 5. And last but not least, 5 out of 5. Once you get them all, the Minikit's going to spawn off to the left, or in between the 2 turrets, I should say, because I'm not sure you use the right turret. But we'll go ahead and hop out by pressing the old triangle button. I guess it could be Y or potentially X, depending on which platform you're playing on as well. All right, now we're ready to go ahead and bring Grievous back in. We'll go ahead and turn around and take out this target. We got to pump it up, as we like to say, get that juice a-flowing. Once it reaches the top there, it should charge up the station here and give us access to a grapple point. Simply rip that bad boy off with your favorite grappling character. In our case, we still got Luke, but he couldn't grapple, so we had to switch over to Finn. That's right, we got the Bacta suit. Bacta the suit. Or, no, Back to the Future suit? I don't know what's going on. Anyways, the TIE fighter swoops along the ridge there, knocks Grievous down. You can see he's only got 3 of his arms now because we have removed one. It also changed our character. You notice that? We were Finn, but now we are Obi-Wan. So get up close and personal. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. We'll go through that sequence there. And, of course, you got to depleter that meter. It is important that you don't die. That's one thing that we weren't 100% sure on. Do you have to kill all those guys first and then not die after? Or is it maybe possible that if you died early that it would... So we're just labeling it as do not die. We highly recommend using your saber toss as much as possible, especially if you're not well-versed with the old saber battles. Lots of blocking can happen, too, to help out, but I'm pretty bad at the blocking, so. All right, we've depleted the second meter. We've knocked off another arm. He's going to spin around and take off. I get lucky, get a couple cheap shots in, and he takes off. Look at that. I already got like a fifth of his meter depleted. Take that, you scallywag. All right, he's going to run up the old gold wall there. And this is where it gets a little tricky. So this is where the bounty hunter way comes into play. But we have a couple of steps to do before we actually get it done did. So I'm going to take out all of these droids. Now, mainly because of the fact that I'm worried that one of them is going to take out my secondary character. So I'm going to make sure they're all gone. And then I think, if memory serves me, no, I guess not. I was going to say, I think I switched to the other character and drop him back down below, which you can do. If you're struggling to get this challenge completed, I highly recommend utilizing that lower area for your secondary character as much as possible. All right, up top we go. We got Grievous waiting for us and a couple of battle droids. And up on the back wall here, we even got some super battle droids. What we want to do is take all of these guys out, advance far enough that Grievous jumps up on the wall on the right and climbs up to the high pillar. So there he goes. He is out of there. Now, it's wanting us to take out these bad guys, use a grappler to pop that plug out on the wall, and then ride the old ladder up to the platform where Grievous is. We are not going to do that. We got to find the Bounty Hunter way, which is actually challenge number 2 on the list, and it happens to be challenge number 1 for us. Now, that's something that we keep repeating to make sure everybody knows. Our challenges that we find in the video may be in a different order than the challenges on the list. So this is challenge 1 for us, but technically it's challenge number 2 on the LEGO list. On the right-hand side, across from where it wants us to go, there is a spot for a net launcher. Go ahead and pull up your favorite scavenger, pop a few nets on the wall, and climb up top. You're going to need a grappler to go ahead and pop that plug. Once he does, oh, look at that. We've actually got that true Jedi. So hopefully you're pretty close to that as well. If you got that 2x stud multiplier on, it should be getting rather close. Now we're going to make our way up and down towards this gold clasp. We got to switch to a bounty hunter and melt that gold. You know I love me some gold. All right, pop that. We're going to go ahead and jump up top. Now, in a little bit, some guys spawn over there in that corner. If you notice, there was no baddies at the end of that walkway. There will be later, and it's important to remember that. Once your feet actually touch ground, it's going to give you that star up top, indicating that you've got the first of 3 challenges, which happens to be the sneak attack as Grievous, or that's actually sneak attack. And then it says, as Grievous waits high above, catch him off guard by taking the bounty hunter path. We officially did that. Make your way all the way up to him. He's going to initiate a sequence here, which is going to knock us back and give us a little bit of a don't look down moment here. Get up close and personal. We lock swords again. Sabers. And we'll go ahead and let him push us back. And he drops down below. And we got to chase him. We got a meter to depleter. And then we've got the most important part of this level, if you're asking me. Because we got to take out 5 battle droids, 4 Magna Guards, and 5 super battle droids without dying once. Now, again, we highly recommend that you do not die at all during this level, as it may fail the challenge. And, again, I failed it a ton of times. And it wasn't because I died. It was potentially because my AI character died. But most importantly, probably due to the fact that I was missing a few droids that spawn off in the corner. And I mean, you know, listen, I understand that it says 5, 4, and 5, right? There's specific numbers. But when you destroy everything on screen, or so you think you do, you feel like you don't need to count, like you just did everything, right? And that's where I was at. I felt like I was taking out everything on screen. I was even taking out some of those guys out front. But then Tyler and I decided, or figured out, that it doesn't actually count. They don't seem to count. It's only the guys that spawn inside during the fight. All right, Grievous is out. Oh, Magna Droids. All right, so it's important, too. We have to take at least 2 of these Magna Guards out with a blaster. That's the next challenge. Very uncivilized. Highly recommend using the head shot in order to take these guys down as they spin those spools around, or staffs, and sort of deflect that stuff back at us, sort of like a Jedi would. So we got 2 of them did. 1 comes out from this corner over here behind the droids, as you can see. We're going to take him out. So we've officially taken 3 Magna Droids out and plenty of battle droids. And now the final Magna Droid spawns behind us over there. So you kind of got to go out of your way to find that guy too. Now, next up, we're going to actually go up the wall. Now, you probably could use the path that we made with our scavenger on the left, but I had been doing that in all of my failed runs, and I felt like maybe somehow the game wasn't recognizing a path, or wasn't activating something, or you know how sometimes games just don't always recognize. It's like using a cheat code. If you use a cheat code, you might unlock a character you've been wanting or needing, but it might also not unlock the percentage tied to that character, thus preventing you from being able to get 100% later. So there's those things. Sometimes the game just doesn't recognize certain steps, and I was making sure that it recognized all my steps. All right, get up top here and take out the battle droids and super battle droids. Now, in all fairness, this should be 4 super battle droids. I believe we had 2 on the other side and 2 on this side. And before queuing off Grievous, if you get too close, it'll cue the cutscene, which doesn't really matter. You can still come back this way. But you got to turn around and take out at least one of these super battle droids before it'll count the challenge. You can see there he's got a little bit left on his meter, and as soon as it's depleted, it counts. So that was my problem. Tyler laughed at me. I didn't find it very funny because it wasted 2 hours of my time, but now that it's over and we've moved on, I do find it a little hilarious. But yeah, so hopefully you guys won't struggle with that challenge as well. I mean, because if you don't run all the way back to that far corner, you won't find those guys. And see, I had already been to that back far corner when I was doing the bounty hunter way. So it was like, I didn't ever even think that guys would spawn there. Why would you? You've already been there and nobody was there. But I guess throughout sequences of the match, it does spawn a new baddie. So Anyways, hopefully that was easy peasy for you. We're going to go ahead and smash the wall and then carve out a hole in the newly found wall, build up the bricks left behind into a terminal, and go ahead and get your beep-boop-bop-boop beep-boop on. We're going to call in a fighter jet to go ahead and help us with the battle with Grievous, and then we've got one more meter to depleter, and then we'll get that final scene where, well, you know what happens, and then we go to the final totals as well. Woo to the hoo! You guys have no idea. Like, out of all the levels so far, even with my capture device giving me problems, this level was the most annoying. And it wasn't, I mean, it ended up being a user error, right? I mean, more often than not, it seems like a glitch. Like, I was really upset thinking this game was broken. I'd resetted my PlayStation or restarted it. I'd restarted the game multiple times because I have to revert my save every time I fail a run. Like, I mean, I'm serious. I spent 2+ hours trying to figure out this level. My wife had come home, and I was like, all right, I'm going to give one more go. I got it figured out. I'm going to give one more go. I think I did 3 more goes after she got home. And in the end, I think so I had to do a scouting run to figure out where everything was, so I knew where I was going. The only thing I didn't know for sure was the challenge. I just knew I didn't need to die. And I kept thinking, too, because it says don't die once, I figured it wouldn't count the challenge until you finish the level. Because if you died at some point, so anyways, lots of blunders on my behalf. Luckily, though, we got it figured out, and the challenge is complete. So as we land our Falcon here on Hoth yet again, we have confidence that these numbers are going to add up. Oh, and spoiler alert, I know they do because I've already seen it. All right, so we'll pull on in, and Cody's got his back to us. He's not feeling very confident about the way I treated him, making him play that level 7 times. But we did get a ton of studdage, and we'll collect a few Kyber bricks. Thank you very much. 104K, which we only needed 60, so we almost doubled it down again. That 2x stud multiplier is proving to be super helpful. Attack of the droids, complete. Sneak attack, yes sir. Very uncivilized. Woo to the hoo. So make sure you take those heads off with the blasters. Hopefully you guys got that in time. There should be 4 of them, and you only need to take the heads off for 2 of them. So actually, you really don't even need to take the heads off. That's just the easiest way to take them down is the headshots, because otherwise they're deflecting and whatnot. All right, we got all those kits that built up a nice little microfighter ship. And guys, guess what? That is it. We are officially done with level 12 So Uncivilized free play. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to click that like button down below. Check us out on social media if you're into that kind of thing. And HappyThumbsGaming.com is the home of our trophy achievement guides and more. As for me, guys, that's going to do it. As always, until next time.